Thunderbolts * is set for a middling debut, while Sinners continues its incredible box office streak. Thunderbolts * is the newest theatrical outing for the long-running Marvel Cinematic Universe, following the formation of the titular team of villains and antiheroes, which includes Bucky Barnes, Sebastian Stan, Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, Red Guardian, David Harbour, Taskmaster, Olga Kurylenko, Ghost, Hannah John Kamen, and U.S. Agent Wyatt Russell. The movie arrives during the third weekend of the record-breaking Sinners release. The Ryan Coogler-directed Michael B. Jordan horror movie premiered with the best-ever Easter weekend debut for an R-rated movie. Per Variety, as of Sunday morning, Thunderbolts * is projected to have a 3-day opening weekend that hits $76 million at the domestic box office. Its global opening weekend is also estimated to earn $162.1 million. While the projection sees it drawing close to matching its $180 million budget, it falls below the debut of the year's previous MCU movie, Captain America: Brave New World, which had an $88.8 million domestic debut and a $192.4 million global debut. Meanwhile, Sinners has continued to show outstanding audience hold, especially for a horror movie. While it has been knocked from its perch at No. 1 by the arrival of Thunderbolts *, it is currently projected to gross a 3-day total of $33 million at the domestic box office during its third weekend in theaters, which represents an astonishingly narrow drop of 28%. It previously had the second smallest week to drop for an R-rated horror movie in history. Sinners has also crossed 2 major milestones in a single day, with its Friday actuals of $9.5 million in North America, pushing its cumulative domestic total past the $150 million milestone, and its $2.7 million international gross, sending its global total past $200 million. Its projections also show it hitting a cumulative domestic total of $181 million by the end of the weekend, surging past the $175 million domestic milestone as well. Below, see the full top 5 domestic chart for the weekend. Although Sinners is relinquishing its place atop the chart after spending 2 consecutive weekends at No. 1, there has not been a considerable amount of movement among the holdover titles in the top 5. However, a Minecraft movie did swap places with The Accountant 2 during its 5th weekend, as the video game adaptation only dropped 41%, while the Ben Affleck action sequel fell a sizable 61%. Meanwhile, Until Dawn maintained its 5th-place spot with a 53% drop, which is not uncommonly large for week 2 of a horror movie. This is the case because the previous weekend's No. 2 title, the 20th anniversary re-release of Star Wars, Episode II, Revenge of the Sith, has dropped from the top 5. This absence is not shocking because it was only intended to have a week-long run. While it is still playing in some theaters, its presence has been severely diminished. Disney, which owns both Lucasfilm and Marvel Studios, seems to have wanted to leave the path clear for Thunderbolts *. Even if the Thunderbolts * release had debuted at the lower end of its projections, it would have still become the 11th highest-grossing movie of the year so far worldwide over the course of just 3 days. However, the fact that it has fallen behind the debut of Captain America: Brave New World is probably not a positive sign. Movies generally need to earn back 2.5 times their budgets in theaters to break even. And because both movies reportedly cost $180 million, this would most likely place both movies' break-even points somewhere around $450 million. Theaters retain half of ticket sales and do not factor marketing costs into production budgets, which is why break-even points are so high. Captain America failed to hit that milestone, only grossing $414.8 million at the worldwide box office by the end of its run. If it stays on a trajectory similar to its predecessor, the new installment may only end up grossing roughly $360 million worldwide, a total that would make it the third lowest-grossing MCU movie behind The Marvels and The Incredible Hulk. However, Thunderbolts' asterisk reviews have been stronger, earning it an 88% Rotten Tomatoes score with a 95% audience score compared to Captain America's 48% and 78%, which could translate to stronger word of mouth and an improved audience hold. Ultimately, both Thunderbolts Asterisk and Sinners have a clear path forward, at least for one more weekend. The former could regain some ground, and the latter could continue its streak of narrow drops quite easily, as May 9 only sees a few smaller new releases, such as Fight or Flight and Clown in a Cornfield, coming to theaters ahead of the debut of the upcoming franchise horror movie Final Destination. Bloodlines on May 16, which will be followed by the 1-2 punch of the blockbuster's Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, and the live-action Lilo and Stitch on May 23.